Hello everyone, welcome to Marlin Chess Kids. Today I show the gameplay by Dorina and Jarno. And the game starts with the pawn to e4, c5, then knight f3, d6, d4. And here in this position, the white is better. After c capture the pawn, c takes d4 and knight d4, and now you have a very strong knight in the center of the square. Then knight f6 and you have a knight to c3, then a6 to prevent the knight to go to b5 and keep on the attack of the king. So after this position, this is the first 5 move and the white is better in this position. And after this, the white continue to play a bishop to e2, preparing for castling. Then e5 was played and now the knight go to b3. Then bishop to e6. And here the white castling and bishop to e7 to prepare for short castling as well. So after this position, the white continue to attack with the pawn f4, and then you have the pawn to f5 and attack the bishop. So the black play queen to c7. Then at this position you can just play a f5, will be a very strong move to attack the bishop, but the white do not play this move. Instead, the white keep on develop with the bishop to e3, and now knight b to d7, and here you complete the first 10 move. And this position you have the white is still in the slightly better position. So after this, on the 11th move, the white want to keep on the attack and play the g4 pawn attack and bring up the 3 pawn. So this action is a very nice idea. You have the 3 pawn to attack multiple area at this side. But normally if you're castling to the king side, you will just maintain the pawn to protect the king. And after this position, the black play a h5 to keep on and attack the pawn with 1 pawn, 1 bishop and 1 knight. So you have 3 pieces attacking the pawn with 2 pieces protecting it. After this position, the white play f5 to keep on the attack, and now the bishop to c4 to attack the bishop and to remove one of the material. And once this bishop is taken, then you have the knight and the pawn attack the pawn, while the bishop will remove the guard, remove the bishop away. So if you use the knight to capture the pawn, and this will be a mistake, because the white will just capture the bishop first, and now the knight will capture the bishop. And here the knight will continue to play a knight to d5 and attack the queen and check the queen and the king. So knight to d5 will be a very strong move. And after this, if you use the knight to capture back, then here you have a one special move, which is the pawn capture the knight and check the king first. Then the queen will capture the knight and will be winning by 1 pieces. For example, the pawn capture e takes d7 and check the king. And after check the king, you need to move the king away, and if you use the queen to capture, then the queen takes the knight and you'll be winning a knight in this game. So another example, after knight takes e3, and if you use the pawn capture the knight first, then the king can just move away instead of capturing the pawn. You can use the queen to capture first. After capture, then the game will be the equal position. And if you use the pawn to attack, if you use the pawn to check, then the king can just move to f8, then now the knight to f5, then the knight will just capture back, and now the queen takes d5 and the knight takes, then there will be no winning of a piece. So therefore, after f5, the white play a bishop to c4, and after this g5 was played, keep on the attack the knight. And now here come one of the great move from the black, that is a knight to g4. And after this, if you use the bishop to capture the knight, then the pawn will capture back, and here the position will become the equal, and the bishop is attacking the rook. So after knight g4, bishop to d2, and here you are strongly threatening with the bishop takes c4. And after this, the black play a d5, protecting the bishop, and now the knight takes d5, and here you have a bishop capture back again, then the pawn capture back again, then e4 was played, and here the white has many ideas to attack with the simple checkmate with the queen takes the h2 pawn, and it will be a checkmate. And after this, the bishop go to b4 to prevent the checkmate, and now they bring another material, bring the bishop to attack the bishop, then the bishop just capture and the queen capture, and now again the black is attacked, and you have a very strong idea to win the game. And after this, bishop just capture the knight, then the pawn just capture, and now again the queen will able to capture the h2 pawn and checkmate and protected by the rook. And here the queen go to d2 to protect the pawn at h2. And after this, now the black bring another piece to attack the white by playing a knight to e5, and hoping for knight to f3 and check the king and attack the queen at the same time. And here the black has a very strong composition in this position. And after this, the queen goes to f4 with the idea, if the knight check, you can use the rook to capture and also can win the queen. And after this, the black play a long castling, and this rook will protect the queen. And after this position, the queen goes to c2, and at this position the black is winning and checkmate in 3. I give you a couple of seconds to figure out how the black can continue to play and mate in 3. Well, congratulations for those who found the answer. And for those who like to enjoy the show, here are the moves that the black move. In the actual game, after this move, the black play knight to f3 and check the king. And if the king move to h1, then you just have the rook capture and check the king. And if the queen capture, then you have the queen check the king. So another example, after knight check, if your king move to g2, then you just have the rook capture and checkmate the king. And if you capture with the queen takes f3, then you have queen to capture the h2 pawn and checkmate. So with this, thank you.